So this morning or yesterday at some point, there was a big article in the FT about fintech in MENA and about the promise, and I think they covered some of the companies, Sadwa as robo-advisory and a couple of others. I'm not sure if you saw it. But I think as I'm reading this, it's incredibly exciting. It's great that the region is getting positive coverage in something and we're showcasing some of what we're building. And then I always stop and think, okay, and then what? So as these companies go to raise their downstream, their Series B and so on, they have to look globally as well as regionally, or they have to look to Ivan. So Ivan, what are your thoughts on fintech down the road, on scalability? Is it very local? Can companies become pan-regional within this sector?
So we're actually quite excited about fintech as well, which you probably couldn't see from our current portfolio. We have been sitting on the fence of fintech ever since we started, and we just literally dipped our very first toe, I think, just yesterday with some of you guys on the panel as well. We invested in a company called Tabby, right, which is the BNPL company, buy now, pay later. I think overall, it's kind of a fintech story. I think the other exciting thing that has happened over the last, I think, month or so has been the investment of Western Union into STC Pay, right? And I think that is actually a big validation of the opportunity of the sector. I mean, for those of you who are less familiar, STC Pay is kind of a spin-off, if you will, of STC, which is the Saudi telecom, which is a P2P plus wallet with more than 5 million users. And Western Union came in with a $200 million investment at a $1.3 billion valuation, right? So I think that overall is good news for the sector, attracting a strategic from an international sophisticated market, getting them into the region and kind of validating that opportunity. I think some of the headwinds that have been spoken before, I think are real, right? And I think we are very closely looking at what the regulators are doing, right, in terms of kind of streamlining some of these kind of frictions, if you will, in between the countries in the region. Because if you only look at them on a country per country level, I think the opportunities of the number of sectors, number of white spaces are very, very few. And I think probably most of them are in Saudi as the largest market. Where it really becomes interesting is, when you kind of bring them all together and when you kind of start talking about more of a kind of a pan-regional or even beyond type of a play.